Hello YouTube, it's Forensic. Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing the Scary Places Iceberg Explained. Now if you guys haven't seen an iceberg explained video before, basically the iceberg is just a metaphor. As you go deeper down the iceberg, the scarier the places you're gonna see. I did make this iceberg myself, just like in Photoshop, so if you guys do disagree with me, just let me know in the comments below. I am interested to see you guys' perspective on that. And without further ado, let's just get right into the video. In the sky, we have the places that probably aren't going to kill you. These are going to be the places where most people are going to feel comfortable. Where I live. Luckily, I can put the place that I live at the top layer because nothing too scary ever happens. And I feel pretty confident sleeping with my closet door open. In the ice layer, we have the places that can be a little bit unnerving sometimes, but nothing too scary ever really happens. Old abandoned houses. Abandoned buildings are usually entertaining and cool to explore. They are sometimes eerie, but usually you don't have to worry about anything more than a weak floorboard breaking. Death hole. Some of you guys probably saw my video where me and a friend explored an abandoned building. I was at a dilemma as to where to put this one because everything that we recorded on camera was pretty normal. I will say that a lot of strange activity did happen outside the house when I wasn't recording, and if you guys would like me to make another video about the Death Hole house, let me know in the comments below. Chernobyl. If you're not familiar with it, Chernobyl is an abandoned town in Ukraine that had to be evacuated due to a nuclear fallout. This radiation was caused by a malfunction in a nuclear power plant that released tons of nuclear material into the air. Of course, this material was very dangerous, and this is why the entire town had to be evacuated. Today, over 30 years later, Chernobyl has become a very eerie ghost town, and there are still parts of it that have dangerous levels of radiation. Even if ghosts aren't there to kill you, an unhealthy exposure to radiation will. As we finally get deeper here, we get into the water. These are going to be the places that are unsettling for one reason or another. The Queen Elizabeth Ship. The Queen Elizabeth Ship is known for its countless paranormal occurrences that include multiple eyewitnesses. This includes sightings of a woman in a chair who suddenly disappears. People have also sighted a man in black walking up the stairs of the ship, only to suddenly disappear just as the mysterious woman in the chair does. This ship has been involved in many deaths and has a very dark history, as it was an active warship in World War II. The Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid of Giza is not ranked here because it's a scary place. It's ranked here more because it is very mysterious as to why and how the Egyptians built such a revolutionary structure. The Great Pyramid remained the largest structure in the world for over 4,000 years. People from 2500 BC were able to make a structure as tall as 480 feet, weighing as much as 5.75 million tons, and also transporting these heavy 80-ton stones over distances of 500 miles. All I am saying is that there's gotta be some kind of context here that connects all the dots. Centralia, Pennsylvania. Centralia, Pennsylvania is a ghost town that once was a flourishing mining city. Everyone who lived there had to suddenly evacuate because of an accidental fire that struck the mines. Today, the place has tons of abandoned roadways with faint rubble and remains where towering houses used to stand. This place is not only dangerous because of the unstable ground above the mines, but it is also so eerie that it was an inspiration for the creators of Silent Hill. Next, we move into the deep water. These are the places where you kind of have to worry about your safety just a little bit, or you might see a few things that you'll never be able to unsee. The Eastern State Penitentiary. Not only does this place account for multiple paranormal witnesses, but it also has a very disturbing history. This penitentiary was not sunshine and rainbows for its inmates. The inmates were forced to spend their time in solitary confinement in a cell that had nothing but white walls and a hole in the ceiling that let down a circular beam of light. It was called God's Eye and symbolized that they were always being watched. To top things off, the inmates were expected to remain in complete silence or they would be tortured. There have been sightings of ghostly apparitions entering and leaving vacant cells, only to suddenly disappear out of thin air. Some people have even seen the ghosts of old guards in watchtowers seemingly still guarding the prison. Alcatraz. Alcatraz was not a very humane place for most of the inmates that were unfortunate enough to take a stay there. They were very limited to the point where reading books was a privilege. If they acted up, they were sent to solitary confinement, which was nothing but silence and darkness. Escape from the island was nearly impossible. Many people today claim to see some of the spirits of old inmates that used to reside there. Many strange sounds and occurrences are also witnessed in this prison. Hoyu Woods. These woods are an expanse of woodland that have been the location to many disappearances. Near the center of the woods, there is a spherical area of land where nothing other than grass will grow, and scientists are still uncertain as to why this is. People who go to these woods report hearing and seeing very strange phenomenon. Many people have strangely experienced nausea and strange rashes after exploring these woods. Some people have claimed to have seen UFOs, among other paranormal sightings. It is very easy to get lost in these woods, and even if it is all just a myth, there is still the danger of running into some of the dangerous wildlife in the woods. Now we are in the dark water. These are the places you should visit if you want a slight possibility of going missing. Clinton Road. Clinton Road is a 10-mile stretch of road that has become known for its paranormal activity, crime, and has even been a meeting place for many strange occults. While driving on the road, locals claim that there is a ghost truck that will try to run you off and then suddenly disappear. There is also a supposed ghost of a boy that drowned in a river underneath the road, and if you get too close to the edge of the bridge, you just might get pushed off. And finally, there have been several claims to mysterious and unidentifiable wildlife that could not be explained. Clinton Road has everything in the book of scary. It stretches for 10 miles, and just about any unsuspecting person could end up driving this road innocently in the middle of the night. Skinwalker Ranch. Most people have come to a consensus that Skinwalker Ranch is either cursed or haunted, with phenomena such as recorded spikes in radiation, random mutilated livestock, UFO sightings, and poltergeist activity. Skinwalker Ranch has become a hotspot for paranormal activity. The Uinta Basin of Utah has been known for odd occurrences since some of the first settlers arrived in the 1770s, and Skinwalker Ranch so happens to be right in the center of it. Nearing the bottom of the iceberg, we are in the deep, dark water. These are the places that you probably shouldn't visit, but if you guys decide to ignore my suggestion, make sure you prepare for the absolute worst. Area 51. Area 51 is a very secretive place, so there's not much we know about it other than that it could have aliens. It could have very advanced weapons. And one day, we all decided to schedule some time later to raid it, but we never actually did. What's very telling about this place is how the United States government is so strict about who they will let inside. Area 51 is just one of those places that can make anybody curious, and curiosity is a very good fuel for fear after people make enough speculations. Bermuda Triangle. Obviously, we had to put the Bermuda Triangle somewhere in here because there have been many different instances of aircraft and ships disappearing without any trace. There are many ships with cargo that pass through the Bermuda Triangle all of the time, but every once in a while, something really weird will happen there. Like in 1945, when an entire Navy fleet disappeared without any trace. On top of that, one of the search and rescue planes sent out to retrieve them also disappeared, never to be found again. I put Bermuda Triangle here for similar reasons as to why I put Area 51 here, and that is because most of the terrifying things that happen here are a mystery. We finally get into the very depths of the iceberg, which is literal hell. Anybody who decides to explore any of these places should really reconsider their life choices, because the probability of getting out of any of these places alive is very slim. To start things off, we have Detroit. The backrooms. I made a video that goes into more detail about the backrooms, but basically this place consists of endless hallways with nothing but the sound of fluorescent lights and the smell of damp carpets. The walls have a yellow wallpaper, and it is likely that you will travel thousands of miles in this place and never get out. The backrooms progress into different levels, with each level looking a bit different. If you ever see any other entities in these rooms, you are not supposed to acknowledge their presence, and it is probably a good idea to run. SCP containment facilities. An SCP containment facility is probably one of the most dangerous places you could be. These facilities are built to contain unexplainable creatures and phenomenon from the general public. If you walk into the wrong room in one of these places, there is no telling what might happen to you. A video game called SCP Containment Breach has you walk through a facility that is compromised with tons of different entities out on the loose. Some of them are absolutely terrifying and deadly, and some of them do absolutely nothing. With every door you open, you kinda just have to find out. Black holes. Black holes are large spherical clumps of dense matter that have such a strong gravitational pull that not even light can escape it. This is why nobody knows for sure what is inside of a black hole. We do know that black holes absorb all matter and disintegrates it to the very atom. Black holes are so powerful that they have been known to consume entire stars, and the most unsettling part is that scientists are still trying to understand them. Now that we're approaching the end of this video, I do have one final question for you guys. If you could visit any of the places that we covered in this video, which place would you go to and why? Feel free to leave your response in the comments below, because I will be reading all of your guys' comments. As always, thank you guys for watching this one till the end. Feel free to like and subscribe. Also, if you guys are interested in any of my other videos, they should pop up on the right hand side of the screen. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.